Greetings, Capricorn. This is your What Lies Beneath. This is your messages from What Lies Beneath. I'd like to welcome all of you. My soul recognizes your soul. If you're not yet joined the channel, join us. To our new friends, hello. Welcome. To our returning loyal ones, I love y'all. I love your loyalty. I appreciate your loyalty. Thank you for coming back. And we are going to get started here. What Lies Beneath is a series that I've been led to do by Spirit. It deals with your shadow energies, that underlying energies that could possibly hold you back in some type of way from moving forward. This is to help guide you and help assist you in those areas and clearing up some of that energy, because some of you don't know where to start or how to even start or where to even begin. And this is to help assist you and bring you some type of guidance and clarity on how to proceed forward in resolving the issues. So I feel as though, Capricorn, the first thing we're going to discuss and talk about is the fact that you guys are possibly missing someone, whether this is a love interest or a family member, someone that has transitioned to the other side or not. It could be someone amongst the living. I feel as though you're missing this individual. You may have gone through some deep periods of healing or trying to heal. I feel as though for some of you, you may have even gotten to the point where you were needing to heal yourself because you were becoming unrecognizable. Whether this was because you were grieving, going through a grieving process. This grieving process left you feeling very, very unrecognizable. You didn't recognize yourself. And what I mean by that is you possibly went into, for some of you, some form of depression. You may have pretended to look as though you were okay on the outside, but on the inside you may have been just so hurt, so immensely hurt, until you just didn't recognize yourself. You may have tried to pull yourself up out of a slump, out of a dark period, but I feel as though the more you try to pull yourself up, the harder the task became. I feel as though you may have looked one way to everyone around you, like everything was okay. You pretended to be okay when underneath things were not okay. You were very devastated. For some of you, possibly on the break of possibly I don't want to say, well, yeah, to the point where you thought you were mentally unstable or going to lose your mind. I feel as though the more and more you try to overcome this, you were plagued by some type of entity that had attached itself onto you. This entity that would attach itself onto you had you thinking dark thoughts. It consumed your thoughts periodically, and it got so difficult sometimes, to the point where you may have felt that it wasn't you. You were having an out-of-body experience. And for the most part, for some of you, you probably were. Because this entity, this darkness had attached itself to you. And you had become, for some of you, so comfortable being in that energy. It was like possibly a dark cloud hovering over you. Just a dark cloud. Everywhere you went, there was like a dark cloud hovering, following you. It was an entity had attached itself to you. I feel as though it had you, again, feeling like you were losing your mind. You know, you weren't yourself. You weren't in control of yourself. You couldn't control yourself. You could not gain control over your thoughts. You could not gain, you just was losing it, you know. I feel as though for some of you it possibly had gotten really, really bad. Possibly to the point where you may have had to get on antidepressant medication, or bipolar disorder medicine. You may have had to seek help outside, from an outside source, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. So I feel as though you may have felt as though you were being judged. You were being judged. When people saw you, all they saw is you in a state of oh my God, you look so well, but when underneath you were actually struggling to keep your sanity. It was a struggle for you, and it had you at times where you felt like you were your good guy, good girl. You were being, it was being tarnished. The outside image that you were portraying to the world, you may felt that it was being tarnished, and you couldn't share these things or these thoughts, or the fact that you were even struggling and having problems inside. You couldn't even share. You felt as though you couldn't share it with the world for fear of being judged. You know, that they would judge you accordingly, judge you. You know, people would judge you and say, "Oh my God, she's crazy," or "He's crazy," or, you know, things like that. Excuse me. For some of you, you definitely couldn't talk about it. You couldn't talk about it to the outside world. There was no one that you could trust to even confide in, other than seeking some type of professional help. So I feel as though when you get to this point where you're feeling like there's no one you can trust, I feel as though it's very important that you keep in mind to banish any type of thoughts that could cause you to feel like you're someone who's suffering from some type of insanity. I feel as though it's very important that you keep in mind that you do have angels walking with you, and there's no need for you to feel like you're being judged, or you're not good enough, or there's just definitely something wrong with you, to the point that you have to portray this image of being one way to the world, when actually inside you're suffering, you're hurting, you're full of hurt, you're full of grief, and this could be a number of things that have stemmed over from lifetime to lifetime. I feel as though for some of you, if there's a need to seek professional help, do so. Don't be afraid to do so. No one's going to judge you, for seeking outside help, because it's important that you understand that you do have angels. You know what I mean? And if you feel as though you're not connecting with your angels, and your guides or whatever, your spirit, and you need to seek help, seek outside help, do so. Because this is something you may have experienced some type of trauma in a past life. And it is following you around over into this life. And until you can go back and clear that up, find out what is stemming this, what is the stem of this traumatic experience that you feel like you can't let go, that is following you, this immense amount of grief that is just following you. Because it could be something that happened in a past life, and it could also be something that happened in childhood. It could be during your mother's, during conception, something could have happened. I don't know. During your being in your mother's womb, something could have happened. It could not be. It could not even be yours. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as though it's important to if all else fails, pray about it. You know what I mean? Honey, prayer changes things. I know people don't want to believe that or understand that or even acknowledge that. But honey, prayer changes things. Believe it or not. It does. Your angels are always there to assist you and help you and bring you through whatever you feel that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need to just stop what you're doing in the middle of the day and just say something, say it. Say a prayer. Say a prayer. But I feel as though it's important that you find some type of way to release that and let that out and converse that, and so that you can banish whatever this energy, this entity is that has attached itself to you, and cause you to feel like this overwhelming feeling of anxiety, stress, leading you to this point. Don't just mask it and cover it up. Don't be afraid to look at it. Look at it for what it is. Don't be afraid to face that devil in the eye. Don't be afraid to look at that devil in the eye. Don't be afraid. I feel as though, come unto me, all who are burdened and heavy laden, and I shall give you rest. Pray. And we just gonna leave it at that. So your angel message is pray whenever you feel the need. So I hope this assists you. I hope this lightens your energy just a little bit and gives you some form of clarity of where to start. Keep in mind, keeping yourself balanced out and grounded is very important as well. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as though you may have a chemical balance going on inside of you, and you need to seek professional help or get professional help, don't be afraid to do so, to help you cope. I feel as though it's better to do that than to get lost in any type of toxicity and your shadow side, because you know you guys are an energy, you know, a force. So don't allow yourself to become consumed with any type of toxicity, because it can easily happen, you know, for anyone. So pray. That's your angel message, is to pray. Seek guidance. Pray. Thank you guys for joining me, and until next time, Capricorn, remember to do everything with love, strength, and grace going forward. If you are interested in any type of services, readings, or anything of that such, feel free to check the description box, and I will chat with you guys later. Stay prayed up. And until next time, ciao, Capricorn.